Hi everyone, it's BellaGemaNails, and today we're going to be doing a perfume haul. So I wanted the Fantasy collection from Britney Spears, and she has about 8 of them, and so I ordered 17 of her perfumes. Yes, this is a problem. So let's get started. So the first one is Fantasy from Britney Spears. Now, this one isn't my favorite. It is a unique fragrance. It's very young, very fun, not for the more sophisticated perfume connoisseur, but it opens up with some kiwi notes. It has some lychee, and then the middle notes are like white chocolate, cupcake, orchid, and some jasmine, which is very nice. So the heart of the fragrance has some really nice notes, and then the base is some musk, a little bit of woodsy notes, and some orris root. Now, the staying power of these fragrances is about an hour and a half, but when you spray it on your pulse points, it does last a bit longer. I do suggest layering it with some lotion, maybe some oil, to get a little bit more fragrance longevity. So this is the first, and it's Fantasy from Britney Spears. The second one I have for you is this beauty here, and this one is Sunset Fantasy, and this one has an orange to pink gradient. This one is more my speed. I do actually love this fragrance. It's a floral fruity, again, more fruity than floral, and it opens up with some Italian mandarin. It has apple, it has blood grapefruit, and then the middle notes has some peach, raspberry, some leafy blossoms, orange, and then it has a mousse, milk mousse as a base note, along with vanilla, amber, and some Australian sandalwood. And I love sandalwood. I also love the milk mousse and vanilla base. It makes it stay a little bit longer. This is more so for like an afternoon fragrance, daytime. The original first Fantasy would be like a morning fragrance, or maybe even all day, but this is how I wear it. This one's afternoon. The first pink one I would wear in the morning, and then let me show you the third one, which I would wear in the evening. So here's the third one, and this would be my evening selection, and this one is called Hidden Fantasy in this pretty red bottle. I bought them in 3.3 ounces. Part of the reason why I bought these is because I like anything that is in a sphere shape, anything round. I love how it feels in my hand, and I wanted the entire collection because of it. Now, although they are part of the Fantasy collection, they do smell a bit different. They have a lot of the same notes. Some of them have similar notes, but it's a different fragrance each and every one of them. So Hidden Fantasy is a fun floral fruity, more fruity than floral, and it opens up with notes of orange and tangerine, lemon, and then the middle notes you come to find the sweeter notes. It has lily, jasmine, it has some clove, and then for base it has vanilla, it has amber, which I absolutely love, a few woodsy notes, and some sandalwood, which you can't go wrong with. Sandalwood is a favorite of mine. So this one has, again, staying power of an hour and a half, but I would suggest this for like evening wear, and so I actually do love it. The fourth one I have for you here is none other than Midnight Fantasy from Britney Spears. This is again is a floral fruity fragrance, more fruity than floral, and it opens up with some plum. It has sour cherry, raspberry, and then you have middle notes of like orchid, iris, freesia, and you have some base notes of vanilla, amber, and musk, which I love that combination all together. So this one is very nighttime. It is pretty sexy for as youthful as it is. Again, not for the sophisticated perfume connoisseur, but if you want to collect the Britney Spears perfume, you definitely need this in your Fantasy collection. The fifth one from the Fantasy collection is this one here. This is Circus. This is my least favorite of the collection. It's a very unique fragrance, but it's not the kind of notes that I actually like. So it opens up with raspberry, apricot blossom, and some sugar, which, I mean, it doesn't sound bad at all. It actually sounds nice, but for some reason the combination of the middle notes with the base notes for some reason don't work with my skin chemistry. The middle notes are orchid, it has peony, water, lily, and then the base notes has vanilla musk, violet, and some woodsy notes. The woodsy notes are the ones that are a bit questionable, along with the water lily. Not a big fan. Very unique. I gave this to my sister-in-law. When she wears it, it smells very good on her. Fresh, very clean. But I'm more inclined to love the musky, the sandalwoods, the rich, the sweet, the fruity fragrances. And this doesn't fall under that category. Nonetheless, it is unique. So this is Circus from the Fantasy Collection. So the next one I have for you is a dupe for the rocker Femme from Britney Spears. I could not find that at any store. They're only selling them on eBay, and I don't want to risk buying it and it being half used. So this is just the one I couldn't get my hands on. Rocker Femme. I really love it. If you guys have access to it, please send it to me. I love the notes in that perfume, but basically it's like a sweet vanilla fragrance with whipped cream, which is the reason I wanted it, because that note is incredible in perfume. It has coconut, blackberry, gardenia, violet, and jasmine, and so all those notes really make up a nice fragrance. This one smells really good. Of course, because it's a dupe, it has less of the fragrance oils in it, doesn't last as long, but if you smell it off the top, it is actually pretty good. It's called Fanciful Diamonds, a dupe for the rocker Femme, so I needed it in my collection until I can get an original from a reputable store. The next one I have for you is this Festive Fantasy, again from Britney Spears, and this one I give it a total A++ rating. I really love this fragrance. It opens up with a dewberry, a sour cherry, a plum, and then it moves into some jasmine, some lily, vanilla, and some musk with sandalwood. This is a very fun and, like the name says, festive fragrance. It is unique. It is sweet. I absolutely love this fragrance, and you can see it has a little rainbow hue here, and that's definitely one of my tops along with Sunset Fantasy. The next one I have for you is this one here. It is Glitter by Britney Spears. So this Glitter Fantasy is just a glitter bottle. It is, again, a little bulb. I absolutely love the shape. And it opens up with some floral notes. It's also fruity. It's a perfect summer, playful fragrance. It's fun. It's fruity. It has red fruits, plum. It moves into violets, lotus, and some musk. It has some longevity. It's, you know, an hour, 2 hours. It is a very pretty and delicate fragrance if you like fruity fragrances. I really like the bottle as well, and it looks perfect with the collection of the other bottles. The next one I have for you here is the Fantasy Intimate Edition by Britney Spears. So this is what the bottle looks like. It is very, very pretty. It is a white bottle with pink little rhinestones. This one I really truly love. It's on top like the Festive, the Glitter, and the Hidden Fantasy. The Intimate Edition Fantasy is really nice. It opens up with vanilla. It has like a sweet powdery smell. It has musk undertones. It's rich. It's very nice, and it layers on nicely if you have like a vanilla lotion. It has lychee, Italian lemon. It has violet leaf. It has brown sugar, jasmine, and lily. All notes that I love: the brown sugar, the jasmine, and the Italian lemon. So this is very unique. If you can get your hands on this, please do so. I absolutely love this fragrance. Okay, so far we've had 9 of the Fantasy Edition perfumes. This is the 10th, and this one here is the Fantasy Intense by Britney Spears. So it's like the original Fantasy, just more intense. So this is what that bottle looks like. It's like a red maroon. And then this is what the original Daytime that I recommend wearing Fantasy looks like. So this one's just has deeper, more intense notes here. So the notes for this baby is like a sweet floral. It's definitely fruity, more so than floral, but it opens up with the kiwi, the pear, the lychee. Now it has white chocolate, which is why I'm obsessed with it. Cupcake, Jasmine, and Orchid. It also has Patchouli, which Patchouli is not my favorite, but in this fragrance it works really nicely. It has some woodsy notes, some orris, and some musk, which I love. Very nice fragrance. Definitely a nighttime choice if you're going to do the Fantasy collection along with the Midnight along with this intense Fantasy are perfect choices for you. The next one I have for you is the lovely Maui Fantasy, and let's see what this one smells like. Now, I'm not really a Britney Spears fan per se. I've never really purchased her music. I like her as a person, just I'm not really into Britney Spears. I simply, as a perfume collector, I had to have her perfumes, and then I went wild just kind of buying all of them. So the next one I have for you here is the Maui, and this one's very tropical. I'm not inclined to purchase tropical fragrances because I'm just not a coconutty banana person, or pina colada fragrance person. But this one is very nice, and I think it's very unique, and it's a perfect addition to the collection. It's tropical, it's sweet, it's floral, it's fruity, it has passion fruit, it has pink grapefruit, it has hibiscus, orange blossom, it has coconut, and then it has the base notes of like vanilla, musk, and I think it's really, really nice. It has white amber and some woodsy notes. This definitely does smell like a tropical vacation in a bottle. I love it. I think I'm more so going to just keep it to collect, not really to use. It is a pretty bottle as well. So this is the 12th and final of the Fantasy collection. I have all of them already. I am going to move on to the other perfumes of Britney Spears that she has, but they're not part of the Fantasy collection. And so this one is very unique. It is a citrus. It is sweet. It is definitely aquatic. It's like a floral fruity. And it has watermelon notes, it has citrus, clementine, mandarin, orange, berries, and then base notes of like jasmine and violet and some sugar cane, which I absolutely love in a fragrance. It's like a lime green and then a gradient to a darker green. It is a unique fragrance. I really do like it. I think that it's different from all the other fantasies in her collection. Again, the staying power is going to be an hour and a half. But if you layer it, it'll last a bit longer. Very unique. I think that I'm going to just keep this as a collector, not really wear it along with this one. Just to keep it, probably even keep it in the box, but definitely have to have it if you're collecting all the Fantasy collection. The next one I have for you is the Prerogative, and this is Prerogative Ego. And it's kind of clever. It says Prerogative and then they highlight it in white, Ego. So this fragrance is very unique. I didn't expect that after smelling the Fantasy collection that she would come out with something so unique. It is unisex. It has a bit of spice. It's a very different fragrance from any other fragrance that I've smelled of hers. It is, I give it an 8+ rating. It is my favorite of the Prerogative collection, except I don't have the silver one, so I can't compare it to that. But it is a warm floral. It is definitely woodsy. It has some amber. It has coffee. It has powdery undertones. And again, you know, it is fruity. It is very unique. This one, as far as staying power, I feel lasts longer than the Fantasy. So it has more of the fragrance oils in it. I definitely recommend this one if you haven't smelled it. I do love the fragrance. And if you like something different and you're a fan of Britney Spears, I think you'll probably enjoy this fragrance. The next one I have for you is the Prerogative, and this is the Black Box series, and this one is not my favorite. This one is spicy. It's definitely woodsy. It has citrus. It finishes with like a powdery smell, which I typically like. It just has too many of the spicy coffee notes that I really don't care for, although it does have amber and vanilla, which I love a lot. It has goji berries, it has pink pepper, it has sandalwood, amberwood. It is incredibly unique and I would say, dare I, complex. It's just not really my style of fragrance. I give this one, like I said, a B- because I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It's one that you would have to wear on your skin and kind of grow to appreciate and love. But I prefer the white edition over this one because it's more like my speed. This one's a little more eclectic. So definitely still part of the collection. The next one I have for you is VIP Private Show. So this one is the VIP. This is what the bottle looks like. And I really was surprised by this fragrance. It doesn't smell like a Britney Spears perfume. This one or the Prerogative, but this one is kind of like, you know, an upscale version of one of her fragrances. It is fruity, which I love. It opens up very sweet. It reminds me of the Jessica Simpson Fancy perfume, but it's not like that. It just reminds me of. It opens with raspberry, it's red apple, mango, blood orange, and then it moves into the heart base notes of like amber, musk, and a little bit of wood. It does have a longer stain power. I absolutely love this fragrance. Definitely A++ through and through. It does saturate the skin. It blends in. It has a warmth and a stain power. If you're a fan of Britney Spears, I definitely suggest purchasing this fragrance. It is just so good. This is one of my tops for sure. So the next one I have for you is Curious by Britney Spears, and this is a floral fruity. I wouldn't even say fruity, more so like a floral, white aquatic floral. And it opens up with some magnolia, some pear, some lotus, jasmine, tuberose, musk, and then it has some vanilla and woodsy notes along with sandalwood. And this fragrance is not my favorite. Not my favorite at all. It's just the combination of notes don't work for my skin. It is unique. It doesn't really smell like a fragrance that she would have created. I do smell like a powdery, once it sets on your skin, it'll be like a powdery fragrance, which I typically love, but not with the florals in it. It's just not my cup of tea. If you like a softer, more floral, powdery scent, this would probably be a fragrance that's more your speed. Like I said before, I like the sweet, I like the fruity fragrances. This one gets a rating of like C+ for me. But again, it's still a good fragrance. So the next one I have for you here is Private Show. Now, this one is very different from the VIP Private Show, and I prefer this one because this one is more fruity. But I will say this one here is more mature, more sophisticated. This one will appeal to you if you love sweet, if you love vanilla, if you love coffee. It says it's a fruity floral. I think it's just sweet. It has whipped cream. It has coffee, nectarine, clementine. It has dulce de leche, jasmine orange. It has amber and musk. Very unique notes. I absolutely love them all in combination. I bought this specifically because I read that one of the base notes was whipped cream and the other was dulce de leche. And when you spray this fragrance, it dries down, definitely buttery, definitely powdery, and you can smell whipped cream and you can smell the sweetness of the dulce de leche. It is more sophisticated. I gave this one a rating of like B- simply because I do like and prefer the fruitier smells, but this one is very, very unique if you have more of a sophisticated nose when it comes to perfumes. You would probably prefer this one over the other. However, very unique. Unlike any other perfumes that she has next to Prerogative, it's just a unique fragrance but stands on its own for any collector. The next one I have for you is this one here, In Control Curious by Britney Spears. If you hear my phone going off, guys, sorry, my mother-in-law's texting me. She got a new haircut and she looks amazing. I don't even want to tell you guys how much I paid for this because it's ridiculous. I'm sure when this came out, it wasn't even expensive, but they're not really, like, this is like sold out or something and rare. So, yeah. So, In Control Curious, this is what the bottle looks like. I guess it's a riff on this one. I'm assuming daytime, nighttime, perhaps. I'm not quite sure. This is a super duper unique fragrance, I have to say, and I've said that a few times, but it really is. It's powdery, it's fruity, it's sweet, and it has a hint of sweetness. I give this one an A-. I'm actually glad I have it in my collection. I absolutely despise the shape of the bottle. I just have a thing for like bottles. I don't know what it is, and I cannot stand the shape of this bottle. But it is powdery, it has vanilla, tonka bean, it has orchid, musk, and sandalwood. So obviously those notes right there are rich. They tell you that they're going to have some longevity and staying power. Spraying this on, this is a nighttime fragrance. It does have some lasting power. I prefer this one over this aquatic floral any day of the week. Very unique. I do love it, and I'm so happy that it's part of my Britney Spears collection. Next one I have for you, Believe from Britney Spears. Again, a bottle that I absolutely hate. I do not like the shape of this. I don't like how it feels. The cap is wonky. Not my favorite perfume. Not at all. I think I'm going to definitely give this away to someone that enjoys the notes in this. I knew when I bought it that I wasn't really going to enjoy it, but I had to have it because it's part of the collection. So it opens up. It's very citrusy. It's very pine. It is a clean fragrance. It's like summer type fresh with spice. And it's a complex fragrance. It's not something that you would expect from Britney Spears. But I guess that's why they created it, because it's very, very different. It has some fruity notes. It has some patchouli, which I don't like, but it has some sweetness, some woodsy, some tropical. It has guava, it has tangerine, it has honeysuckle, and some amber. It has a combination of a lot of notes, and that's what makes it and adds to the layers and complexity. It's just not my cup of tea. It did get pretty decent reviews, and the staying power should, I'm not going to put this on, so I'm imagining based on what I'm reading as far as the base notes and top notes and middle notes that it'll have some staying power. It's just not going to be something that I actually wear. So I've rounded up the favorites. I have Hidden Fantasy, Glitter Fantasy, Intimate Fantasy, Festive Fantasy, Fantasy Intense, Prerogative Ego, VIP Private Show, Britney Spears Private Show. So these are the favorite of the whole bunch. I will be doing a giveaway of a Britney Spears perfume or a few down below. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, that you are a US resident, that you thumbs up the video, and I also want you to tell me what your all-time favorite perfume is down below. Make sure you follow BellaGemaNails on Instagram as well. That's how I notify you if you have won. So I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.